Hey everyone! Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast from Learn English Naturally, your go-to show for improving your English, boosting your confidence, and growing into the version of yourself you're proud of. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Emma. Whether you're on a lunch break, walking your dog, or just relaxing after a long day, thank you for being here.
We've got something really special for you today.
That's right. Today, we're launching a brand new segment we're calling Shadowing English Speaking Practice. Short, powerful stories designed to help you practice speaking naturally in English.
And the storyteller? You're going to love her.
Her name is Ava. She's got one of those voices that just pulls you into the story.
And the way she tells it makes shadowing feel smooth, fun, and even kind of magical.
As you listen, you'll naturally learn idioms, phrasal verbs, and powerful vocabulary, real English spoken the way it's actually used.
And if you miss a few expressions, no worries. Ava will go over the key phrases and vocabulary right after the story, just like a warm and encouraging teacher.
All right, enough intro. Ready for your first story?
This one's called She Found a Note on a Pink Umbrella. Sounds like the start of something magical, right?
Ava, take it away.
Hey there, lovely listener. I'm Ava, and I'm so happy you're here today. Before we dive into the story, let me quickly introduce you to something that can level up your English practice. It's called shadowing. Shadowing is a simple but powerful method to improve your English speaking, listening, and pronunciation at the same time. Here's how it works. First, listen carefully to how I speak, the rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation. Then, pause after each sentence and repeat it out loud, trying to match the tone, speed, and emotion in my voice. You're not just repeating words, you're training your brain and mouth to think and speak in English naturally. Do this often and you'll sound more confident, fluent, and smooth. So, don't just listen. Join in. Speak with me. Shadow along. Now, let's begin. It was a rainy Monday morning. Rachel woke up to the sound of soft raindrops tapping on her window. She sighed and rolled out of bed. The apartment felt quiet. Too quiet. She lived alone in a tiny city flat, and on mornings like this, the silence felt heavy. The apartment felt quiet. Too quiet. She lived alone in a tiny city flat, and on mornings like this, the silence felt heavy. She made herself a quick cup of tea and looked out the window. People were walking with umbrellas, rushing to work. She whispered, "I wish I could stay in bed all day." But she couldn't. Rachel worked at a bookstore. She loved books, but lately life just felt heavy. She reached for her umbrella, but it was broken. One side was bent, and the handle was loose. "Great," she muttered. "Just perfect." Rachel walked to the bus stop in the rain. Her coat was too thin, her shoes were getting soaked, and her hair frizzed up in the damp air. When she got to the stop, she stood quietly at the edge of the bench. An old man with a newspaper, a girl with headphones, a mother and a baby. And then she noticed it. A bright pink umbrella leaning against the wall. It looked new, untouched. No one around claimed it. Rachel picked it up. It had little white flowers printed on it, and there was a note attached to the handle. "If you're reading this, it means you need it more than I do today. Take it. Stay dry." Her lips curled into a small smile, the first one of the day. She opened the umbrella. It worked perfectly. For the first time that morning, she felt warm, seen, cared for. On the bus, she sat by the window with the pink umbrella in her lap, looking at the note again. A stranger had left a gift for her. Later that morning, at the bookstore, her coworker Grace walked in. "Nice umbrella," Grace said. "Pink suits you." Rachel laughed. "It's not mine. It's a gift from a stranger." She explained everything. "That's the sweetest thing I've heard all week," Grace said. That night, Rachel carefully placed the umbrella by her door. She sat on her couch thinking. That small act had changed her whole day. The next morning, she left one of her favorite books on the same bench, with a note tucked inside. "This book made me smile. I hope it makes you smile too. A stranger." A few days later, someone left a pair of gloves with a note. "If your hands are cold, these are for you." Then a little bag of candy. Then a handwritten poem. Rachel didn't know who was leaving them, but a chain of kindness had begun, and she had been the first link. Sometimes life feels heavy. Rainy days come. We lose umbrellas. We feel alone. But sometimes there's a pink umbrella waiting for us. One small moment of care can change everything. Wasn't that beautiful? Now let's go over some keywords and expressions from the story. First up, step out. Step out. This means to leave or exit a place. Imagine you're inside the restroom and then you take one step and boom, you're outside. That's stepping out. Example: I stepped out of the room to answer a phone call. Repeat with me. I stepped out of the room to answer a phone call. Nice work. Now, here's a word that's short but powerful. Buzz. Buzz. It's like when your phone makes a quiet sound or vibration because you got a message or a call. Not loud, just a soft little buzz like a tiny bee going, "Hey, look at me." Nice work. Now, here's a word that's short but powerful. Buzz. Buzz. It's like when your phone makes a quiet sound or vibration because you got a message or a call. Not loud, just a soft little buzz like a tiny bee going, "Hey, look at me." Example: my phone buzzed in my bag during class. Say it with me. My phone buzzed in my bag during class. Great job. Let's explore this one next. Mumble. Mumble means to speak very softly or unclearly, usually when you're nervous or unsure. Your words don't come out clearly. They kind of hide in your mouth. Example: I felt embarrassed, so I mumbled a quiet sorry. Say it together. I felt embarrassed, so I mumbled a quiet sorry. Nice and clear. Well done. Here's a fun one. Zip it up. Zip it up. This means to close something with a zipper, like your jacket or backpack. Imagine zipping up your bag so nothing falls out. Example: I zipped up my backpack before going outside. Repeat after me. I zipped up my backpack before going outside. Perfect. This next one is all about emotions. Awkward. Awkward. If something feels uncomfortable or a little embarrassing, we say it's awkward. Like being stuck in an elevator with someone you accidentally saw in the restroom. Example: waiting in silence felt awkward. Say it with me. Waiting in silence felt awkward.
Good job.
You'll hear this one in real life all the time. End up. End up. This means you arrive at a situation by accident, not by plan. It's like when you don't check the sign and end up in the wrong place. Example, I didn't check the door and I ended up in the men's room. Let's say it. I didn't check the door and I ended up in the men's room. Excellent. All right, this one's super helpful when you're nervous. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It means to calm down by breathing in slowly. It helps you pause, relax, and reset. Example, she took a deep breath before entering the room. Say it out loud. She took a deep breath before entering the room. That's better. All right, here's another one for you. Slid down. Slid down. It means to move smoothly down from a higher place to a lower one, often by accident, gravity, or without control. Think of something slipping or gliding down slowly. Example, the ice cream melted so fast it slid down the side of the cone. Sticky fingers, but a perfect image for this phrase. Let's repeat. The ice cream melted so fast it slid down the side of the cone.
Sweet job.
Now, this one's super relatable. Messy day. Messy day. A messy day is a day when nothing goes right. Everything feels chaotic or out of control. We all have them. Example, I missed the bus, spilled my coffee, and forgot my homework.
It was a messy day.
Let's say it together. I missed the bus, spilled my coffee, and forgot my homework. It was a messy day. You nailed it. Here comes a fun one. High five. High five. We use this to celebrate something good. A gesture where you slap hands with someone. Let's celebrate you practicing today. Example, she got an A on her test. High five.
Say it proudly.
She got an A on her test.
High five. Yes.
And finally, one that's kind of funny. Flew over your head. Flew over your head. When something flies over your head, it means you didn't understand it. It was too fast or too tricky. Example, the joke flew over my head. I didn't get it. Try this. The joke flew over my head. I didn't get it.
Great.
Look at you. Amazing work today. Just by repeating and understanding these phrases, you've taken another big leap in your English journey. Which word was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next story. Now back to Ethan and Emma.
Thanks, Ava. That was the perfect wrap-up. I love how just one short story can teach so many useful expressions.
And for all our listeners, don't forget, you can replay the story and practice shadowing as often as you like.
That's how real learning happens, one sentence at a time.
If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend who's learning English too.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, You're never alone on this journey. See you in the next episode.